Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the first live episode of T-. I'm trying not to cover up my face too much here. This mic's, but this is Drew.
I'm Xander,
the editor.
Hello.
A guy who did quite a lot of the work on this next video we're about to drop, the Note 9 review. You did the editing, obviously, but you also did a lot of the B-roll, which thank you, by the way, for taking over there. We did a little bit of B-roll together, but most of the part we're fine. So this is an experiment we haven't really done before, but we've got a lot of help. Yes, we are blatantly copying Kickstart from Front Page Tech. If you don't watch Front Page Tech, basically what this is we go live for a little bit, just like 15 minutes or so, right before we drop a tech video. And this helps get the ball rolling. It gets the viewers ready to go. That way, you know when a video is about to drop. We get to elaborate a little bit more on the video before it actually comes out. We can say what things... okay, hold on. Audio's out of sync. Let's see if I can fix that.
Oh, no.
There is the crappy version. I don't know if this is in sync, but it looks horrible. And sometimes if I cut back, it can fix it. Is the audio in sync now? You guys tell me. But some things I wanted to talk about briefly before we drop this video was some of the stuff. Let's see the Note 9. The man, the devil himself. Some things... cool, I fixed it. Yay, I'm a genius.
Whoa.
If it's still out of sync, try refreshing. But either way, thank you, all 420 of you, for joining the live stream today. We're not going to do this for every video. This is not something we'll do every single video that comes out. But every once in a while, when we work really hard on a video like this next one, it was over 30 minutes. So it's quite the in-depth review. But I didn't talk about not having a notch on the Note 9, so that's one thing I wanted to briefly go over.
Oh, yeah.
What I like and appreciate, and I completely understand, this is a personal preference thing, what I like about having a notch on the iPhone 10 is that you can see where Apple's going with the bezel-less trend, right? So we have the same size bezel all the way around with the exception of the notch, but you can still see on the edges that they're moving towards, they're leading towards having same size bezel all the way around. The notch is only there because it absolutely has to be.
Yes.
You know, it's a compromise. So it's not necessarily that they like the notch or the notch is here to stay. It's just there are sensors there, so there's a cutout. Everything else, though, is completely display. That is daring what you're doing there. It's just making me nervous now.
I mean, what?
That's fine.
So it falls like... Oh, no. Screen
destroyed. I like that look always. It's like, I don't care about my... But actually...
I tried to lift it and it didn't lift. I don't care.
The Note 9, while it is nice that there's not that notch of intrusion and you don't have to worry about that, because of the super tall aspect ratio, you still... I don't know. It still feels like the old method of smartphones, you know? Like chin here, forehead here. Yes, they are very thin. They're much thinner on the Note 9, but it's still the traditional method of, okay, you still have a chin here. What is that for? It's still bezel on a phone that's supposed to have infinity display. And then forehead is, you know, I don't even think Samsung could have a notch because of the assortment of sensors they have at the top. It is just absolutely stuffed with lights and earpiece and everything. But even that, it just feels like the old traditional method of this is the phone, you've got a chin and a forehead. And also... something we didn't really get to elaborate on in the video was gestures versus buttons.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to ask you what you thought of that. Do you prefer gestures?
Yeah.
Why?
It feels faster.
Really?
It feels more fluid. A button, I have to press, whereas the gesture, it's just like...
I'm there now.
Just go home.
Right.
Yeah.
Infinity display is, yes, definitely for marketing, given it's not infinite. It's very noticeable where it ends. And in fact, the Note 9 bezels are actually a little bit bigger than the Note 8s. Shocker. But what I think makes more sense about having gestures opposed to buttons is that buttons take up part of the front of the phone.
Yeah.
And even if they're on the display, they're taking up part of the display. Now, I have it set to disappear so that whenever... I'm in an app or something, the nav buttons go away.
Yes.
But once again, this is an extra step because I have to swipe up, then hit the home button. And sometimes I'll be in an app like Twitter where I have all the buttons at the bottom here, and then when you swipe up, there's like 5 buttons now They're all overlapping and on top of each other. Luckily,
Yeah.
you can press hard and bypass that and go straight home. But what I appreciate about gestures is that they're less intrusive on the content, which is the purpose of having a large display, a display that takes up as much space as it possibly can.
Yeah.
That's because you're trying to make good use of space, and I feel like the nav buttons don't really do that because they're dedicated part of the display that is just for pushing. It's not actually a visual, It's just you will press that to get that done.
That's it.
Couple super chats, Crummy and Rockford, Twitch after. We did a Twitch stream right before this, so sorry you missed it. You woke me up for this. You don't have to wake up. Like, some channels will tell you to hit the bell icon every day. We never say that. We've never said click subscribe or click the bell icon.
Yeah,
Which is
I
fine.
think it's like isn't it like the back patio technology channel? They like to tell you to subscribe every day.
Oh, okay. Nice try. You just mentioned you can drop the buttons, but even on the home screen, I'm saying, compared. You never click the bell icon. Then how'd you get alerted to this? According to a source, the S9/Note9 has a burger screen to body ratio. But how? I think the chin is smaller on the Note 9 and S9. They shrunk the chin.
It's so annoying.
Why is it annoying? What's
I don't
wrong?
like having 3 different sizes on a phone.
What do you mean?
3 different sizes of bezel. Cause
Oh.
there's the sides, and then there's the medium.
Do you notice
and then there's
that?
the big. Yeah, I hate it.
When you're watching a video,
it's
like
the most annoying thing ever.
the forehead is bigger than the chin.
They could have made the chin just a little bit bigger. No one
They
would
did.
have cared.
That's how it was on the Note 8, right? I think on the Note 8 they were the same size.
Yeah, they should have just done that.
I want someone to use the argument, but I like to rest my finger on that part of the phone. But then they're just going to remove it when they can.
Oh yeah.
I'm your number one fan. Thank you, Rockford Tech, for the super chat. Drew, sorry to disappoint you on the iPhone 10 Max. What? What's the... Oh, that Matt Venton from Twitch. Okay, that's all right, Matt. No problem. He was the guy during our gaming stream. Obi says, where's Talos of Talk outro music at? Humming one. Probably on Talos of Talk's outros. I don't know why you expect that to be here. Matt says I might have another surprise for you. Whatever the surprise may be.
Hard drugs.
Don't ruin it. Whatever it is, don't do it via super chat. Okay? So for those of you who are excited for the Apple event around the corner, we are going to do a T-. If you couldn't tell by our excellently designed logo, T, and then that's the minus. So it's T- because John Prosser is the one who contacted me about this because I don't watch him, but he contacted me and said this is what Kickstart does, and Kickstart did really well. So you guys should try it. And he said we should call it Jumpstart, which is a little more blatant.
Just a little.
This is blatant enough as it is. So I said, let's make it a little bit different. So T- because we're just going live right before the video drops. And, yeah, hopefully that'll be a nice way we can just kind of get the video rolling and you guys can know exactly when the video is about to happen. But
and then you can watch it, and then you can all comment first, even though you're probably fourth. But you say
I love
first
seeing
anyway.
how many people write first and they're not first. Usually the first guy to comment says, like, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, where did I get it? Venya Geskin messages me with all the ways of buying this stuff. I don't know what to recommend. Hey, Front Page Tech got his verified check mark. He's in the chat. Thanks for joining, John. And thank you for recommending this new live streaming format, because if you guys like more live streamed content, you will get it daily over on Glitch. Don't click on it right now. YouTube doesn't like it when you do that. But for the people who want to watch live content on YouTube, this is the perfect compromise. We'll do short, brief streams right before the video comes out. That way everyone can watch the video really quickly. And if you want more live stream content, it's over on Glitch. So no need to worry.
The purple one.
T- is perfect. Thank you, Ethan.
It's over on the purple YouTube. That's what we should call it.
YouTube is great, but purple YouTube is better.
Of course.
Purple YouTube
Who doesn't like the color purple?
is supreme.
It's just great.
Little did you know, John, I was screen recording our entire Skype call, and I have you saying on the record, you should make Jumpstart a thing. Yes, thank you. He said JK. I don't know who's talking about that other site in the chat. It's totally purple YouTube.
Purple YouTube. Don't you guys know? You just go www.twitch.tv
John threatened me.
/Talos Gaming.
He said if I don't do live streams before I upload, he will murder. No, that's okay.
No, he did. I was there. It wasn't murder. It was worse. He will force Drew to use an Android phone.
For a month? No, that's for the love of tech.
Ever.
Oh. You know, I think a lot of people you know what? You guys are watching this live, you get the first take. The thumbnail is clickbait.
Oh yeah.
Absolute blatant clickbait. So the thumbnail
in a McDonald's.
Oh, dude, we should show them this. So, okay, the thumbnail, which is a work of art, and John may or may not have seen different versions of it that are family appropriate completely. Anytime we review the Note phone, we've only done it once before with the Note 7, we just want to have giant explosions.
Oh, yeah.
Because Samsung earned this joke. Don't act like, oh, come on,
it.
That's a dead joke. You're still going to make those jokes. No, they've earned this.
It's their fault.
They deserve to get this joke beaten to the head.
Sucks.
And so it's just a picture of me like really, really angry with explosions and an incredibly elaborate title. You guys saw the thumbnail before you watched this. And the original image, we did this all in Over, by the way. If you want to know where we make our thumbnails, download Over. It's on iOS.
6 minutes.
It took about 6 minutes to make, and this is the original. It's in a McDonald's restaurant. So, no, John, that's not the thumbnail you saw, and that's also not the title you saw, but that's okay. Oh yes, Papa.
No, Photoshop isn't better. It takes longer.
Photoshop
sucks.
Do we need to do a video explaining why we're not Adobe anymore?
Because
on
Affinity
Twitter,
Photo works great for masking complicated things.
And it's a single purchase, right?
$50.
It's a $50 one-time purchase. And guess what? Adobe Creative Cloud, they just rose their price. We were paying $30 a month for the past year or so, and we just they were about to raise it to $50 a month.
That's
for the Creative Cloud. Now, I don't mean to put any fingers anywhere, but you can get something called the Pro Apps Bundle on the Apple Education Store. I bought this when I was a student, so it's okay, all right? What do you get with it? Final Cut?
You get Final Cut, Motion Compressor, which are 2 add-ons for Final Cut.
Logic.
You also get Logic and an app called MainStage 3, which is meant for MIDI interface type stuff.
All of this.
All of that.
$200.
$200. Do you know what all of those programs are added up if you wanted all of them? Almost $700.
And yet, if you go through the Education Store, you can get it for $200. That's cheaper than Final Cut as a standalone. So if you're a student, you get major, major deals there, and it's a one-time purchase. So you buy it, you're good. You get the updates. You can download it on any device that supports it, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know why we were still paying $30 a month for Adobe. It was really because we were updating our Patreon outros with After Effects. Yeah. So I just gave Xander the assignment of recreate it in Motion, which is a After Effects clone, except made by Apple and optimized, and so much better. Save your guys some money.
Yeah, seriously.
For the love of tech, Super Chat, it says, still looking forward to it, Drew, but does the Pixel 3 even exist? I heard it was a hoax. The Pixel 3 XL, as we know it today, might not exist. So for those of you who don't know, John keeps me completely up to date with everything that happens with him in regards to Google. So while I've seen the video of him talking about was the Pixel a hoax or whatever, and that Google contacted him, I know that plus extra. And for the sake of being polite to John, I'm not going to tell you all, though I totally could and nothing would really happen. I'm not going to tell you all the little details I know. From what I have heard from John Prosser, I now think that the 3XL may be fake. It's a reasonable thought process. You could say it's a John process. Oh my God. Ooh, you just ate at McDonald's.
Did you see the
Jern, sorry, I pronounced it wrong.
Did you see the For the Love of Tech Super Chat?
Yes, okay. I just read it.
I wasn't listening.
Well, then don't question me if you're not going to listen. Rockford, Texas. Why does Apple not have a Photoshop equivalent like Final Cut?
It's called Affinity Photo. It's not made by Apple, but it was made by people who made Photoshop, and it seriously is almost the exact same thing.
So while Apple doesn't make it, there is an App Store supported, like alternative. That's definitely worth it. So please. Oh, Crummy says, I have information on 2019 Samsung X and the 2019 iPhone 11. I don't believe you, but thank you for the donation. Feel free to share it with the chat in super chat form because I don't really care. Anyway, all right. Well, it seems that we've come up on our due date, our due time for the the release of the Note 9 video. I hope you guys all enjoy. It's quite a long one, but
you have to post the link in the chat.
It's not public yet, so that would be pointless.
You have to make it public and then post the link in the chat.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah, I'll do
it
right now.
Mr. Complain. I have a lot of things I like about the Note 9, so hopefully what I like to do on my channel is elaborate on things and talk about things that not a lot of people bring up. So I'm hoping that even though I'm biased and I definitely have a personal preference towards Apple, that you guys can see the compliments and the things I like about the Note 9 as even more legitimate because I'm not a fan of Samsung. Like they make good hardware, but I have problems with the company as a whole. So I'm hoping you guys can see my compliments and be like, okay, he must be actually telling the truth because this guy's an Apple sheep and he does not care about a lot of things Android. And this is by no means been a terrible experience. There's a lot of things I really liked about the Note 9 that I really, really enjoy about it. And I don't know, if you're out there and you appreciate the Note 9, then I hope this works well for you. I have no ill wishes headed your way. So Xander's going to hit public now. No, you don't. Just hit save. That way they get, yeah. And then it's because we're live. Laggy. The internet is laggy.
It sucks.
It's loading now.
Oof. My goodness.
Yes, we can see the camera's bugging out. It's because YouTube doesn't understand that we're live and publishing at the same time. It's going. I would have done it on your phone.
I don't have Creator Studio on this yet.
Why?
Because I don't have it on here.
It's so simple. Anyway, video's about to drop or is dropping right now. So please go check out Apple Sheep Reviews Galaxy Note 9 or obliterates it with logic. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.